We get ready to tip it off. It'll be Cunningham and Jamoni McNeese. McNeese whacks it back towards Aaron Calixte, who is their grad transfer point guard from Maine, and takes over the reins from Trey Young, departed for the NBA. 5th overall pick underway here in the Bahamas. As McNeese looking for space to operate. Underneath, looks that one up, wouldn't go. And loose ball out of bounds. And it belongs to Dayton. All right, we take a look at our starting lineups presented by Atlantis. It'll be Crutcher, Landers, Davis, Mike Sell, and Cunningham. And on the Oklahoma side, Brady Manick getting the start. Doolittle as well. James, Calixte, and Jamoni McNeese. Here's Mike Sell now. Missed all last year. Double hip surgery. Jumper in and out for Josh Cunningham. Foul underneath. And they get Trey Landers for the bump, his first.
Love Trey Landers. Trey Landers is a tough dude, number 3 in the blue. Get called there, but I'm telling you, he's a fun guy to watch. I would imagine he's going to go 1,000%. Not going to worry about 11:30 in the morning. Not going to worry about coming off a loss. Looks to me like Dayton just loves the ball.
They looked at Maddox. You mentioned the time. I mean, I know that at this point these kids are used to playing, you know, all day AAU, etc. But is there anything weird about an 11:30 start?
Really weird. You know, your routine is usually, you know, you kind of 3 hours before the game, you eat pregame meal, you get a shoot around, you go back to your apartment or wherever. Oh, this is a very odd time for these guys, and, you know, I'm not surprised if it doesn't get sloppy here early. Pretty good feed there.
We will stay razor sharp on the broadcast.
You mean?
Make no mistake.
What? Yeah, breakfast with Boog. Let's go. Get your mimosas, get your leftovers. Let's go.
Crutcher, that one hit underneath, and it'll go back to Oklahoma. Just getting started here, day after Thanksgiving. Hope you've enjoyed your holiday week. Of course, Lon Kruger, 8th season as Oklahoma head coach. Took him to the Final Four in 2016, and this is the longest stop he's had anywhere at the college level. He's led 5 different schools to the NCAA tournament. As McNeese turns it over, and Mike Sell into the front court. Dayton trying to get on the board.
You know, people forget Lon Kruger did a stretch with the Atlanta Hawks. Good for him. Made a ton of money and got out. It's the Larry Brown theory of coaching, man. Get out before they get you. And while you're at it, load up the Brinks truck.
From the corner, Mike Sell rattles out. McNeese the board. Here comes Calixte. James fires and hits Christian James with the triple, and it's 5-0. The Lon Kruger stint with the Hawks is a good example. I mean, I understand some of the college coaches make the transition to the NBA, but start here. Get them a good team.
How about get them a great player?
Yeah.
Right? Like Steve Kerr came out of the broadcast booth, and he's considered a great coach, which I'm sure he is, but let's be honest. Steph Curry, Thompson, Draymond Green, KD.
Decent group, no doubt. Decent.
Not bad.
Manick. And that one was halfway down, wouldn't go. Brady Manick, it's been a tough couple of games. Only 9 points total in the first 2 games.
He's really struggling. You know what you do when you struggle? You cut your hair.
Oh, you want him to go away from the Larry Bird look?
Not only because he's struggling. When you're struggling in sports, cut your hair, get serious. Not that he's not serious, but you just change it up a little bit. Cut your hair. Good things will happen, I promise you.
I don't think I can endorse. I think I go small sample size, 5 games. I like where his head's at as far as the Larry Bird 1979 look. I think you keep it for a little while longer.
Different strokes, different folks.
Fine.
I like this. I like playing in the middle of the floor and posting up McNeese because there is no answer. Cunningham cannot guard McNeese one-on-one. That I do like. And I ain't mad at the hair. Just saying, if it's not going well for you, trim it up a little bit.
More hair tips from...
That's a little feathery.
Yeah.
Tell you something.
What was your hair situation back in the 80s?
Serious. feathered with a middle part, free flowing. Occasionally, you know, after my mother gave the bowl cut, spectacular bangs.
Dayton 0 for 7 from the start. Comb in the back of the pocket or in your sock while you were playing?
No, I didn't care enough. You had to care to have a comb in the pocket.
James flips it up and in, and Christian James with 5 in the early going. And Oklahoma pitching a shutout.
He's really good. He's really good, and he's just the guy. You know, I mean, this is his team now. Trae Young's gone, and man, he's just a really good college scorer.
Dayton 0 for 7 to start this one. Kick to the corner, and Landers able to hit. Trey Landers with the triple to get Dayton on the board.
Yeah, good move by Dayton. They're 0 for 7 at the time. Didn't settle, drove it into the lane, sucked the defense in, and then found the shooter in the corner. Good offense.
Doolittle, Manic. He just has not been able to knock it down from deep.
I'll do the same thing here.
3, all from 3.
Yeah, just whip it around a little bit and get in the lane and then figure it out. Good offense again.
That's their game. In and out.
That's their game. Their game is not jump shooting. Their game is not, I'm going to whip you and go get my own. Their game is whip it around a little bit, reverse the ball a couple times, move, and then drive it into the lane and find others.
Anthony Grant, his second year as Dayton head coach. Quick stint in the NBA before that at Alabama and VCU. Of course, he played at Dayton, was a co-captain while he was there. And now back leading his alma mater. He's got 4 starters back from last year's team.
He's a legitimately great guy. Like, you know how on TV a lot of times you say, he's a great guy. I always have to preface the guys that are really great guys. I got to throw in.
No, this time I mean it.
No, right. This guy's really a good. He is a great dude. I've known him a long time, back when he was with Billy.
Cut inside as they find James rushing to the hoop. 7 early points for Christian James, who's averaged 18 here in the Bahamas. Overall is averaging just under 21 a game.
You know, people talk about leadership, right? I mean, it's easy to lead when things are going well for you. Okay, you're in the 3rd place game, not where you wanted to be. Well, your best player's got to show, and James has really shown.
Let's see them get the ball in the hands of Cunningham for a shot. There's Davis knocking one down. And it's an 11-8 game.
That was a heck of a play by Davis. Gave it up, changed direction, went behind the screen to about 21 feet. God, he made it look easy, and that is not.
Dan, one of the things we are seeing at a college game, same thing as the NBA, is shooting ranges are extending. It's not toes to the line for threes anymore. Kids are shooting deep.
Boy, you're not lying. I mean, they are shooting way deep, and look at this. And it's not just guys like the enemy who are guards. It's bigs. It's 6'10". I mean, you're exactly right, Boog. The NBA three-point line used to be too far for college kids. Not anymore. It's just normal now.
Crutcher probing, gives it off. Obi Toppin, who was very good in their last game. Davis goes baseline. And more kids are shooting deep.
Boy, you're not lying. I mean, they are shooting way deep. And look at this. And it's not just guys like the enemy who are guards. It's bigs. It's 6'10". I mean, you're exactly right, Boog. The NBA three-point line used to be too far for college kids. Not anymore. It's just normal now.
Crutcher probing, gives it off. Obi Toppin, who was very good in their last game. Davis goes baseline. And what do they have? A block. And that'll go on Rashard Odoms, who's slow to get up.
Obi Toppin, I finally, it didn't take me long, but he reminds me of the Greek Freak. He does. He's long. He's athletic. You're going to see a block right here. Decent call. Not great. Could have gone either way.
I'm thinking maybe got the wind knocked out of him a little bit there. Toppin steps back, in and out. 14-8 here in the early going. Oklahoma on top. It's our consolation game. Jamal Bieniemy has it stolen away by Jalen Crutcher. Up ahead and lays it in.
First time somebody's gotten after Bieniemy. Bieniemy's loose with the basketball, dribbles it high. First time in 3 games, we've done all their games. Somebody got into him and just took it from him. Good move by Crutcher.
James fires and hits. Christian James with 3 more, and he's got 10 early on.
Best corner shooter in college basketball. I thought so last year. He was sitting in the right-hand corner and just drill. Or the left-hand corner. You have to know. You cannot use normal help off of Christian James. You have to be with him. Good shot.
And a travel. That's a turnover. Hey, real quick, I'll just let you know which your talkback box is going to be over on the right. There's this one that's spare in the middle. So this one right here, that's in this one right
I see
here.
lights, I push buttons.
I know, but when I press, the mute button, you still can hear me. Yeah. Sorry, I had to blow you up.
The guy
like
makes
that.
one mistake, you know what I mean?
You're familiar with how this has worked the first 2 days. Let's not kid ourselves.
They moved him on. Can't guard McNeese. Back to your regularly scheduled broadcast, not, Communications 101 at BC. Indiana, all they taught me was to sit on the back of your coat so it doesn't look wrinkled.
I like it.
That was pretty good.
That's solid.
Yeah.
It serves you still today. Oklahoma with a 9-point advantage. Davis fires. That one's off the mark. Rebound tracked down, though, by Matos. And then that one knocked out of bounds. And it'll be Oklahoma basketball when we return. Dan Dockich, Christian James off to a really good start here.
I love this kid.
Yeah, I endorse as well.
There's all kinds of ways to coach, right? Like Bob Knight, who I coached with, played for, would never take a guy out that's as hot as Christian James right now. You have the TV timeout, he gets a rest. And there are other guys, there are other schools of coaching that say, look, he rests between the 12-minute timeout and the 8-minute timeout regardless. It's just different. Like Brady Manick, you take out and you want to talk to him to get him going.
Yeah.
But it's interesting how guys take out players that are on fire. And the guy on the right there, James, is on fire right now.
Well, the analytics school of thought, a paper that was written years ago called The Hot Hand, basically addresses the idea that there really is no such thing as hot because you never know when the next miss is actually coming.
Boy, I got to tell you, I believe in analytics big time. But there are times as a player, you can flip it in. You know what I mean? You just do. And I get what you're saying, no question. But it's just different. It's just different schools. Gene Cady, there are some coaches don't even make the substitutions. The assistant coaches make the substitutions, and it's on a schedule.
I like the invention of the fork as well, by the way. Oklahoma by 11. And here's Odom to the corner. Jamal Bieniemy, the nephew of Eric Bieniemy, who is the offensive coordinator of the Chiefs. And another bucket in close. Jamoni McNeese has 10. So McNeese and James with 20 of their 23. And back the other way, Obi Toppin.
I like that Toppin kid. He played harder than McNeese right there.
Reynolds fires. Landers pulls down the board. And now Matos. And they get an offensive foul.
Look, you can't leave Christian James. He's the best shooter on this entire island. All right, here's his defender, Toppin. There's James. Let's take a look where Toppin ends up going on this possession. Look how far over he goes. Here's where he should be, outside the lane. You don't go to the middle of the lane opposite Christian James. There are 3 ways to help. Ball side of the basket, man side of the basket, and outside the lane. You stay outside towards James in help.
Oh, my goodness. McNeese inside. He's got a dozen. A left-handed stuff with the up and under move.
That's the McNeese we saw in practice 3 days ago and in the first game. Yesterday, not so much.
Landers trying to find a cutting Toppin, and that's out of bounds. It'll stay with Dayton. Back to Jamani.
All right, one-on-one. Nobody. Look, nobody's coming over. Nobody can help him. Nobody comes to help, and no chance.
Manic rebounds the missed tip from Landers, and it's Calixte up ahead. All Oklahoma here. Calixte dribbling back out, and they'll set it up.
I got to go back to McNeese from the top of the key, from right there. McNeese needs to step in.
Reynolds off balance, and he'll shoot 2. They have 2 grad transfers. Miles Reynolds started his career at St. Louis, just transferred as a grad student without having to sit out from Pacific. Aaron Calixte as well, as we mentioned, from Maine. So 2 guys with experience that step in for this Oklahoma team that's still trying to find its identity post Trae Young.
I think Calixte has been really, really good for them. Different, totally different. Not going to average 27. But well schooled at Maine by Bob Walsh, who is a fantastic basketball coach. Now he's running IMG down in Florida. And the kids down there are very lucky to have him. But Calixte, you can just tell he has been coached on how to be a point guard with good players around him. No ego.
Let's see where Dayton goes here. Trying to get Cunningham involved. You're talking about a guy who shoots it at 65%. He was 5th in the country in field goal percentage last year.
Look, they had the ball on this side. Landers didn't even look at it. You always have to look at it if you want to win.
Shot clock winding down. Cunningham had it knocked away. Got it to him really late. Reynolds pushing ahead. Reynolds at the basket. Manic couldn't finish. Tip, loose ball, and it's Landers and the Flyers, and a foul on Oklahoma.
Man, Manic did not make any jump there. He just, I don't know, what do you tiptoe?
Yeah.
Instead of, you want to get yourself going, get a layup, run out, get a foul. Watch this right here. He gets it, and he just kind of throws it. That's, you know what that is? That's a lack of confidence. And lacking confidence isn't on a coach, it's on the player. And the way you get confidence back, gather, go get fouled, get an and one, run the floor, get offensive rebound.
Oklahoma on a 12-2 run. Manic has been quiet through the first 2 games plus here today. Today 0 for 4 from the floor.
Too good a player. Too good a player to struggle for 3 games. 1 game maybe.
Landers going to work, Toppin down. Cohill goes baseline jumper. And that one tipped, and it'll stay with Dayton. Our under 8 timeout. Bad boy mowers battle for Atlantis. Jamani McNeese.
And this year in college basketball.
Gonzaga #1 that
Gotta be.
week.
Absolutely.
Toppin inside the throwdown. And Obi will go to the line as he absorbed the contact. They get the foul, and Aaron Calixte is first.
That was a nice inbounds, just Toppin with a slip of a screen. When you play defense against inbound plays under the basket, you miss a switch, you have to miss it close to the basket. Don't miss it out. Don't have 2 guys running out. If you're going to miss it with 2 guys staying around the rim, because that's usually the first option on an inbounds play. A 1-3-1 here.
Closing it on 7.5 to go here. First half still to come today. Our championship game 2 Eastern. It'll be Virginia and Wisconsin.
It's going to be a great game. Not a good game. It's going to be a fun game, too.
Manic hoist, long with that shot. Rebound Dayton as they look to cut into an 11-point deficit.
Boog, let me channel my inner Bob Knight. Manic needs to shot that.
Well done. As Cunningham gets his first two. Again, as we told you, 33 points in their first two games here in the Bahamas. He's averaging 18 a game. And again, 5th in the country in field goal percentage last year.
Well, that time he just caught a little screen, Cunningham did. There he is in the corner.
Sooners scoreless, closing in on 3 minutes now.
Nice.
Toppin inside, left hand, that'll go.
Great look from Crutcher. He saw that Reynolds was trying to front. Toppin, no chance there. Toppin too long and athletic. Really good look from Crutcher right there. Getting into the middle of the floor and throwing the ball inside. Huge. Absolutely huge for the Dayton Flyers. So is his zone. Got to get in the middle.
John Chumby, Dan Dockich here in the Bahamas. Bad boy mowers battle for Atlantis. Our consolation game here, Oklahoma up by 7 against Dayton. Manick, ball fake, and 1. Brady Manick, you were saying, Coach Dockich.
You must ball fake. And that time, remember the tippy toe shot that we saw from him a minute ago? Watch how strong and low he gets. A shot fake, he's low. Look how low, shot fake again. Chin on the rim, 3-point play. That's how you get yourself out of a slump. If you can't cut your hair at halftime.
Manick a chance for a 3-point play. And converts. Brady Manick, freshman last year, had a nice season.
Yeah, really good on both ends. Gained 15 pounds. Feels like he can handle the banging now, but
takeaway, Reynolds sprinting up ahead. Wouldn't go, but Miles Reynolds will go to the line. The grad transfer from Chicago. And the foul is on Jalen Crutcher. That's his first.
Boogie, they surprised, they being Oklahoma, surprised Dayton with a little 3-quarter court trap. And you know what? Also surprised at the closing speed of Reynolds for that interception. Ball wasn't thrown bad, just not away from Reynolds.
Coming in 2 games, 5 points here in Atlantis.
Boog, is interesting to watch Manick. Like, Manick all of a sudden gets that 3-point play, and he sprinted when Reynolds went and stole the ball and was there to try to tip dunk. It's amazing what a bucket does for guys in basketball. It's just amazing. Everything's downhill after you get a basket. Everything's uphill when you miss.
Landers here. And Jalen Crutcher trying to get free, finds Davis, or I should say Cunningham. Now Crutcher fires and hits. We've seen Jalen Crutcher do that a couple of times. Late in the shot clock, bail him out with a deep 3. He's got 5.
Yeah, 20 opening night against, in a good win, really good win over, I think, a pretty good Butler team.
Landers deflected, but saved it to Oklahoma. Calixte the jumper. And Landers flies in for the board. Crutcher inside off the glass, wouldn't go. Reynolds got it tipped away. Oklahoma basketball.
You mentioned it earlier, Boog. Look how deep this 3 is. The line doesn't matter anymore. It used to matter, but it doesn't. Guys just catch it. Look, that's beyond the NBA mark. There was a time not so long ago where that would be considered, wow, that's a deep 3. But guys are just so used to it.
McNeese up and under, and it wouldn't roll home. Well, you notice it especially when you do games in arenas that have an NBA line down, and you see where these kids now are firing their 3s up from. Baseline move there by Davis. It's out of bounds, and it's Oklahoma basketball.
This is going back 1993, but Calvert Chaney was National Player of the Year. Great shooter. And I used to shoot with him before every practice, and the NBA line was too far. And I remember telling the NBA guys, like, this is a great kid, best kid to coach, great player, but the NBA line is just a little far for him. Now, you don't have, there's no way the National Player of the Year as a guard now, in this day and age, is going to have an NBA line too far, because they just practice it so much more.
They go offensive interference there, so it'll go back the other way. No, I'm with you. And I think, and the other part of it as well that shifts, and it's shifted in the NBA. And again, I think at times defenses, you just have this autopilot in your brain. Okay, I need to defend out to here. They won't shoot from there. And then it changed. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Where you're just in your mind thinking, well, they're not going to shoot it from there.
What do you think James is range here?
Yeah, I mean, I think that he can knock down 25-footers.
Yeah, what do you want? I mean, right?
Crutcher inside. Nice move. And Crutcher with the bucket, and Dayton within 7. He's got 7 points.
Well, I like him. He took it in and used the shot blocking ability of McNeese against him. That was really good by Crutcher.
Oklahoma 1 for its last 9. Make it 1 for 10. Big offensive rebound for Manick. Bieniemy inside. Flips that one up. That's a hard shot.
It's a really hard shot. You've got the best shooter on the island from the best spot on the island. The right corner standing there, and James wide open. That might be the best spot.
Our consolation game still coming up here from Bad Boy Mowers Battle for Atlantis, Virginia and Wisconsin. That's our championship. 2 Eastern. Mirror, mirror on the wall. You talked about 2 teams that are pretty similar.
Yeah. They take good shots. They move people. They move the ball. They're going to guard you. It's going to be a really fun game. I think it's game of the day.
Got a good one on ESPN2 later tonight. Kansas and Tennessee will square off.
That might be the game.
Mike Sell inside, banks at home of the feed. Quick release, his first 2.
Great pass. Again, fronting. James was fronting Mike Sell, and Cunningham recognized it and threw it up high where only Mike Sell could get it.
Dayton is dug in defensively. They're on a 7-0 run. The Sooners started 10 for 16 and are now 1 for their last 11.
This is all this
tried to save, and then out of bounds off McNeese, and it belongs to Dayton. 4th turnover on Oklahoma.
All this zone, little 1-3-1 where they rotate the middle guy and the top guy. Oklahoma has gotten into no gaps, and Calixte, number 2, is playing far too far away from the zone instead of stepping into it.
Well, they get the foul on Calixte, his 2nd. 16 foul on the Sooners. So out of bounds for Dayton. 1:55 to go here in the first half. Both these teams off to 4-1 starts. Shot clock winding down. Crutcher again way downtown, and this time not able to hit.
Missed Cunningham in the post. He just buried the defender.
Quick move for James Freeman. Catch and shoot. And that'll rattle in. It ends a scoreless drought of around 4 minutes for Oklahoma.
Shooters get rolls, Boog. He's a shooter. That's all he practices, 3-point shots. About 6'8". The ball just knows who shot it. The ball is a living being.
That is a ridiculous thing to say.
That is the smartest thing you will hear this entire basketball season. Living, breathing organism.
Mike Sell off the mark.
See? Know who shot it. The ball knew. Mike Sell, they'll be out here shooting. They're going to go left on you. Watch this. Shooter shoots it. Nah, better go in.
A living, breathing thing.
It is. Ask anybody. They'll tell you. Good job right there, getting in the middle of the zone, but he didn't have anywhere to go with it because Freeman didn't move to his right and open himself up.
About 6 seconds different shot clock and game clock. Dayton down by 8. Crutcher with Calixte on him. That's to the corner. Matos.
Ooh, they got bailed out by the foul. It was a good call right here. You're going to see right here the drive, kick, drive. Watch right here. Shot clock's running down, and right there, Odoms reached in. You couldn't really see it, but I had a perfect line for it. Just bailed him out.
I thought Crutcher may have shuffled his feet, distributing off the Matos.
Was he dribbling while he shuffled his feet? Oh.
Yeah, Matos gets that one. 6.6 to go. Calixte pushing ahead. Oklahoma by 6. Calixte inside. Off the glass. That won't go. And that'll do it. First half comes to a close. Jamani McNeese, Christian James have combined for 22 of Oklahoma's 34. For the Flyers, who had the basketball to begin the second half. And here comes some pressure from Oklahoma and a timeout call.
Yeah, you mentioned the shooting of Oklahoma at the end of the half. That was when Anthony Grant made a great move. Went to a zone. Little trap there. Timeout. Come back with us, Boo.
The Flyer under the bus. Oklahoma by 6. A timeout called 7 seconds into the second half.
A little trap. Dayton wasn't ready. Worth it.
3 on the way. There you go, Jordan Davis knocking it down. And you just told me you got a technical foul. Your first head coaching job, 14 seconds into your first game.
Yeah, St. Bonnie. There was a ref there. Sherman. I don't know what the heck his name is, but he cheated notoriously. He did. Everybody knew it, and he made a bad toss on the jump ball. He cheated.
James off the mark. That's Davis the board. And the Flyers with a chance to tie it with a 3.
Was this Dayton team tough? You knew going in, really a tough team. Just guys that like the ball, and they're connected this year in the second year of Anthony Grant, meaning they like each other and they want to do what the coach wants. Amazing how that works for a team.
Mike Sell looking for some help, puts it on the floor. Kicks to the corner, Crutcher. And what do we have underneath? They're going to foul. I think they're going to get Calixte with that foul.
Boy, Crutcher missed the wide open 3. Brady Manick was guarding Crutcher. He just got staring at the ball, and they got a great look. You do not want to give Crutcher too many open looks, or this thing will be tied in a hurry.
Yeah, no doubt. Oklahoma led by as many as 14 in the first half. Back here, Paradise Island. Bad Boy Mowers battle for Atlantis. Championship still to come. Virginia and Wisconsin 2 Eastern. It's our consolation game. One of these two teams will get out of here with 2 wins. Cunningham inside and 1. He'll go to the line and a chance to tie it up. Josh Cunningham with 4 now.
Little slip screen, up screen for him, and Odoms looks like from that angle he was there, but he was not. He was there late. This is where Cunningham does a nice job. This time they screened for him right there. And Odoms came over late, and a really nice call by the official, not getting fooled.
Josh Cunningham, the Bradley transfer, knocks it down, and we are tied up. He is a big cat. He goes 6'8", 240. Yeah, the Dayton fans have come to life. First tie of the game.
This zone has stymied, and I mean stymied, Oklahoma.
Great steal there. Up ahead, it's Davis, and Dayton with its first lead of the afternoon.
Tell you this, if I'm Ron Kruger, I'm hostile at Manick. He didn't run. Davis sprinted, Manick jogged, and Davis ran right by him for a layup. Look at this zone. They have him flummoxed. Nobody's in the middle. Nobody's in the blue. No one's cutting towards the basketball. Everybody's kind of standing with their hands up. That's the very definition of flummoxed. Watch here. Manick is kind of running, jogging, and Davis runs right by him. They started out even. Good for Davis, just sprinting.
When's the last time you were flummoxed in a non-basketball setting?
Well, I mean, I live my life flummoxed in a non-basketball set. Are you kidding me?
Fair.
Balancing a checkbook?
Answered that well. McNeese inside, got deep position, but that one would not roll home. Mike Sell the board. Oh, but he was stepping on the baseline where the ball hit the baseline. It's out of bounds, and it'll be Oklahoma basketball. So the Sooners down by a couple, just getting started second half. John Chambie, Dan Dockett.
No, I'm going back to McNeese. I'm not mad about that miss. You got it right on the rim.
Yeah.
I mean, everything else is this. Just total flummoxation.
The lob and the throwdown. Landers from Crutcher. Timeout, Oklahoma.
Thought that'd be fun to be able to do. Right? That'd be fun to be able to do.
No doubt.
You got to get somebody on the block, somebody in the middle, and somebody working a baseline. But
opposite look, James. Rebound pulled down by Davis. Dayton up by 4.
2 shots in and out.
Crutcher buries it. Look out. He's got 10. Man, is this thing turned around.
It's all this zone. Look at this. They have no idea where to go, where to cut, where to move. Nobody into the middle. Nobody cutting into the zone. 2 guys in the right corner standing together. That's a good play there. Just throw it into him and you're okay.
Jelani McNeese with 14. And the Sooners down by 5. Crutcher to Landers. McNeese got a piece of that. Landers wanted the foul. Manick size advantage on Landers. Shot would go, but it allowed McNeese to grab it, and he's fouled.
See, they're arguing a little bit with each other. You might as well just go run your man-to-man offense. Probably the best move right now for Lon Kruger.
But 29-10 run. Remember, this game started out, what was it, 9-0 Oklahoma to begin the game.
7 seconds in, they called timeout and went on a 13-2 run. The great Mike Swanson, statistician extraordinaire, all over that one.
Mike Swanson, who spent many years at the side of the great Brent Musburger, including a game 34 years ago today, Flutie to Phelan, down at the Orange Bowl. So there's some Miami fans that don't like hearing that. Bieniemy the other way.
You know, that's one of those games you remember where you were.
Yeah. James flips it up, and he's fouled. Christian James will shoot 2. Got to get Josh Cunningham with the foul. His first, team foul number 3.
You know, that's the kid that Lon Kruger and his staff have to figure out where to play in this zone, because the baseline is open, but he's not been there, and they haven't. What you do against a zone that is an odd front, meaning a 1-3-1 zone, odd front meaning the 1, you split the top, have a guy on the baseline, get somebody in the middle. Well, you overload a side, meaning you have 2 against 1 on left side or right side, and you put your shooter in the corner because the defender on the wing has to make a decision to come out or stay with the shooter, and it opens it up. But there has been no organization by Oklahoma zone to overload a side with James in a corner. It was too long. Got tired of hearing me right there.
Long thoughts with Dan Dockett.
It's not deep. Shallow,
just long thoughts. Inefficient and long thoughts with Dan Dockett. Crutcher from way downtown. James rebounds the miss. And the Sooners trying to cut into a 4-point deficit.
There's your overload. Now somebody in the middle would have been wide open. You have to fill the middle when you overload a side. This is more man-to-man now.
Freeman trying to get it down, gets it to McNeese. He's double teamed, spins out of it. And then a rebound pulled down by Jordan Davis. Dayton early in the first half really struggled offensively, but they found their rhythm and closed well. Landers almost had it go off his leg out of bounds. Shot clock at 6. Toppin.
I'll tell you why they found their rhythm. They found the rhythm because they started playing harder on the defensive end. And when you start all of a sudden getting hot defensively, it always carries over to offense. It wasn't going to happen the other way around.
Inside McNeese. And he lays that one in.
That time they overloaded a side, and McNeese played as a middle guy, moved up the lane a little bit to make himself available for a lob pass.
Money McNeese with 16 points. Loose ball, and they get the foul on McNeese. His first. All right, down at Lake Buena Vista near Orlando, the Advocare Invitational semifinals today. Currently on ESPN, it's Villanova, Oklahoma State, semifinal number 2. LSU and Florida State championship coming up on Sunday. All games available live on the ESPN app. So they'll have an off day tomorrow, and then the championship on Sunday. So everybody will hit all the theme parks, hang out with Mickey, maybe some Epcot. Who knows?
Well, I thought Oklahoma State was good. I mean, either that or Memphis is really bad. One of the two. Because that was a dismantling. And if Oklahoma State's that good, they're going to have a fun day today against Villanova. It should be a really good game.
Foul on Matt Freeman.
Well, Villanova's up 54-33, so not such a great day for Oklahoma State. And, boy, Memphis must be bad. I mean, got killed. Penny Hardaway's going to be good maybe next year. Jeffers, Wisman coming in, 2 of the top 5 recruits in the country, but you got to coach the recruits.
Mike Sell gives off, and Dayton going to work up 2, under 13 to go. That one tipped. Mike Sell able to get it back. Flyers haven't had a field goal, closing in on 4 minutes. Mike Sell flips it up, and Freeman the rebound. Here comes Reynolds. They'll give off to Bieniemy, and they'll set up the offense.
Back to man-to-man. Not sure they recognize it, they being Oklahoma.
James puts it on the floor. High off the glass. Loose ball, but eventually Mike Sell comes up with it. 41-39 here in the Bahamas. Bad Boy Mowers battle for Atlanta. So, third place game. Shot clock down to 6. Crutcher Gets inside, spins it off the glass, and good. Nice move. Jalen Crutcher, he is a dozen. James back the other way. Left hand is good.
You know why Crutcher made that? Because there's no McNeese in the game. He didn't even have to think about a shot blocker. He just went to the rim comfortable. That kid there changed his game.
Foul inside on Oklahoma as Christian James is charged with that.
Director for the pep band. I like the Dayton pep band. Love you.
Back at you, buddy.
Let's see what else.
Well, let's see what happens in the final 11 and a half here. And we get a good one coming up in our championship. Wisconsin, Virginia.
Boog, I can't wait for that game. I think that game's going to be so good. I think it's going to be two teams that play basketball the way basketball was invented to play. Guard pipe people, get good shots, share the basketball.
Reynolds going to get the foul there on Jerry Matos.
If you would have said Reynolds bailed out right there, I would have agreed because he was out of control and wasn't going to make that shot.
Reynolds bailed out. Sorry.
You take it.
All right. Here's Reynolds. Bailed out. Is that all right?
Really good.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'll go to the tables.
John Shambi, Dan Dakich here, just enjoying ourselves here in the Bahamas, wherever you are. Hope it's been a good couple of days over the holidays. We're still in that tryptophan haze.
We did last night.
Oh, boy.
Man. Would you be shopping today if you were at home on Black Friday?
No, that's a hard no.
No.
I mean.
No. I saw some brawls already today. Some people wanting that TV.
There are already people fighting?
Yeah, early.
Really?
That's one of my favorite activities on this day is to check out the videos of the people trying to get an extra $10 off that TV.
Cunningham going to work inside. Spinning, had it ripped away. And now Calixte pushing ahead. Calixte into the paint and puts it in.
Well, that was nice because the defense was already set. He just jumped across to his right and with his head, chin actually on the rim, flips it in. Great play.
First two of the game for Aaron Calixte. And now the double team comes. The pressure for Doolittle. How about that?
Nice trap. Best place to trap right here in front of us, and they got it done. But I like your guy Calixte. And I don't know why before sentencing. True story.
Okay.
And I want to go visit him in Greece.
So you still haven't gotten a... That's a list right there. There's a lot to digest.
It's true. I want to go to those those crazy soccer matches you see?
Absolutely.
I think that'd be really fun.
Shot clock winding down, little step back, and that's an air ball out of bounds, shot clock violation. I've gotten a chance to go to one. I went to one of the really cool venues in the English Premier League, Craven Cottage, and I saw Fulham and Aston Villa some years back. It's kind of like sort of the Wrigley Field of English Premier League spots. There's Christian James missing, but I would highly recommend. And then, you know, as far as your friend who's on the lam and combining it with a trip to Greece, I would say have at it. I don't know what to tell you about my hair.
I love your hair. If I had hair, that is what I would have. That, look at this. It's just, it's soft. It's curly enough. It's got body. It's fantastic, really. And there's no product or minimal product. But the whole, I had a bartender tell me, a Turkish bartender told me, you got to go to a Turkish professional game and if you really want that experience.
You're talking about basketball?
Soccer.
Soccer, okay.
Yeah.
Cunningham swings as they tried to find a cutting Davis inside. Good active hands by the Sooners.
And they had him. He was going to get a layup.
Calixte jump stopped and then had no space. Oklahoma on a 6-0 run. And the Sooners have retaken the lead. Calixte, shot clock at 10. fires, and that one off the mark. Cunningham the board.
Oklahoma has really settled in with this switching defense. They're switching 4 positions, and it has stymied Dayton.
Lob up ahead. Landers couldn't convert. Gets the miss. Now the kick out. Cunningham at the basket. That wouldn't go. Doolittle the board, and then it's Reynolds. Reynolds up ahead. Left hand is good.
What a great play on the other end by McNeese. He jumped straight up and affected 2 shots, and the ball gets loose, and Reynolds fantastic with the coast to coast. What a great play by McNeese, understanding. Stayed down, then jumped at the right time.
8-0 Oklahoma run. Crutcher's the one that's been making shots for them when they really need it. Davis now off balance. And a rebound pulled down by Matos. Tries to put it back. It's short, and McNeese the board.
2 things. Switching, staying in front, and they're staying home with shooters. They're not over-helping. Oklahoma's staying with their men, making guys make plays above and around McNeese. There's your corner right there. They overloaded it and had him.
The sling, Reynolds, that's a 3. Wouldn't go. Dayton right now, ice cold. The Flyers 1 for their last 12. Crutcher trying to end that drought. Can't do it. 1 for their last 13. And it's 1 and done.
There's your overload. They got the wrong guy in the corner.
Doolittle.
Can't
Little
score.
strong.
Need to switch up. Need to get Doolittle on the other side. Bring Reynolds here along with James, and you'll get anything you want. Doolittle, not the guy.
Under 7 to go in this one. Oklahoma 47-43. Championship still to come. Virginia and Wisconsin. A battle for Atlantis. Crutcher inside. And now Matos step back. It's a 2. Nice save there by Davis. Dayton 1 for its last 14. Crutcher inside. Shot clock winding down. Crutcher gets inside, flips it up and in, and ends an 0 for 9 drought. He's got 14 points. Jalen Crutcher, the sophomore from Tennessee.
Heck of a move. Tough shot. If you keep the ball on the side, it doesn't happen, but Crutcher is so hard to defend.
McNeese looking for some help. McNeese still looking for help, and he threw it away.
Bad business owed him on the baseline. He's not the guy, but this is the reason Oklahoma has fought back. This McNeese in the middle, this defense. How good.
Virginia, but he's still going to finish this one. A tight one. 2-point game, 5:39 to go. John Shelby, Dan Dockich in the Bahamas. It's been really difficult, but we've gutted our way through it down here in the Bahamas.
I don't know how we've managed, but we certainly have. We have the mismatch now. Got to go in. There you go.
Toppin finds Matos.
I go back.
Calixte a little frustrated. He's got 4 fouls.
It's the first time that in the last, maybe in this whole half, that Oklahoma has missed a switch. They've been switching 4 spots. That time Calixte got caught on top of him and took advantage by not only going to the block, but staying on the block and giving his teammates an opportunity to get it down to him. A lot of times guys get on the block, they get it, they kick it out, and they drift outside, not top, and he stayed down there. 4th foul. Big one, Calixte.
Toppin not able to hit the front end of the 1-and-1. Oklahoma 17 fouls, Dayton with just 4.
Yeah, I like this. You're going to get it in the corner if you want.
Manning Just has been ice cold from 3, but a foul underneath Dayton.
Manek is shooting the ball, and it's going to sound really dumb, disinterested. It's like he's not sticking it. He's not staying with the shot. He's just kind of flipping it up there, and I know that's how he shoots it. 1 for 8, 0 for 5 on threes. This got to go up.
James fires and hits. Big 3 for Christian James.
It's weird, you know, disinterested sounds silly, but he doesn't, like, you know what I'm saying, Book? He doesn't, like, Manek doesn't have a purpose to shooting it, it looks like. He's just shooting.
I think that is results-based analysis.
Maybe. I don't know. Big shot.
Davis fires, hits. Big shot indeed. They're within 2. He's got 11.
He's in the corner again if you want him.
Manek inside. Jamoni McNeese, other corner. James gets it.
That's good offense. They filled up, they overloaded the side, played through the middle, looked opposite. That's how you beat that zone. Really good.
You diagnosed that one, how to do it early, and Oklahoma following it to a T. Sooners back in front by 5. Under 4 to go here. Crutcher, Cunningham. Matos will try it.
Ooh.
They get the foul on Jamal Bieniemy. And it'll be a 1-and-1 situation when we return. Sooners by 5 here.
Just sort of outlined him. Yeah, that wasn't great.
I mean, I'm not going to be selling any paintings anytime soon. I'm not trying to say that I'm any type of an artist, but
that was like the, what is it? The chalk sketch of the dead guy on the corner, you know? I mean,
that's right. Yeah.
It was horrible.
Yeah. Well,
it's awful.
I keep saying to him, come on, use the telestrator. Draw something.
Maybe I know better.
Fair point. There's your expertise.
Yeah. I don't know what that was. I thought the point was mediocre, but
the point was excellent.
No, it was mediocre. The rest was horrible.
There's Manek now. John Shelby, Dan Dockich with you here in the Bahamas. Look at that move. James inside spins and hits.
Spins, hits, flexes. I was saying you got to go inside to McNeese because they haven't been able to guard him. But look, James feeling it right now. Go to him. This switch in 4 spots has just stymied. They staying with shooters and not over helping.
Crutcher step back. Shot was short. And Manek with a big rebound. 6 for Brady Manek.
That was a terrible shot. I mean, that's the old spin-a-rooney from 22, boo. I'm going to find James here. He's going. Give him something. Late clock, and let's go.
Christian James with 21 points. A game high. Reynolds going to work inside, flips it up and in.
Let a good player or a confident scorer get in the lane, you got real problems. You got to keep him going to the baseline. Reynolds has played really well in the second half.
Now, Miles Reynolds has been steady, and he's helped at times turn defense into offense for them. Landers now. Dayton needs a hoop. Cunningham looking for space, and he'll shoot 2.
There was no need for the foul, but there was need for a spin, Booth. Watch this. It's flying, spinning, chin on the rim. No answer. I don't know if you're going to flag, so you got to have a little more in the bicep than that, I think.
I just felt like you need to sell it harder. You're either flexing or you're not flexing. I felt like you were sort of flexing. We are ridiculous. I mean, I could not be dumber.
Yes, you could. You could be sitting to your right.
Cunningham at the line as Toppin takes a seat. And that one rolls out. 19 fouls on Oklahoma, 5 on Dayton.
Well, that's good play by Manick right there. Really good.
Wow.
Good a play as that was, as bad a play by Reynolds right there. No need.
Davis from way downtown. Rebound by Dayton. Davis tries again. Can't hit. Landers another offensive rebound. Cohill down. This is hard to do. Overshoot Jamoni McNeese on a lob.
It really
can jump through the roof.
It really is, but you just don't need it. And that Lon Kruger was trying to get everybody to kind of back it out and use a little clock. 8-point lead, and you feel good offensively. If it's 8-point lead and you don't feel good offensively, maybe you try it, but they feel good.
Dan, how much has the Oklahoma defense contributed to the fact that Dayton is 2 for its last 15?
It's a great adjustment by Lon Kruger. Two things. They switched to 4 guys. They did not leave shooters. They stuck to their man. They forgot about all the help. They made McNeese be the help guy, and it's changed the entire game. It's been tough jump shot after tough jump shot is what it forced Dayton into doing.
Oklahoma breaks pressure, and Manick able to find James. Under 90 seconds to go in this one, and it's the Sooners on top by 6. Foul on Dayton. Badgers watching on the TV. They get that last foul on Jalen Crutcher. Yeah, still to come, Virginia and Wisconsin in our championship.
I think it's going to be a really fun game, Boog. I think both teams play the way you want guys to play. They've got superstars. They've got guys in the top 50 in the Wooden Watch half. And, of course, Dimitri Trice. I mean, what's not to like about him?
Career high 25 yesterday. And he knocked down 7 3-pointers. Crutcher took one to the face there.
It's a game changer right here.
That's big.
Reynolds been really good, Boog, second half. I played a little sporadic in the first 2 games, but I think in this half he's really solidified Oklahoma in the absence of Calixto.
Eight-point advantage for Oklahoma. Now we march down to the other end, and it's Landers from the line. Ten points for Trey Landers, the junior who hails from Dayton, and only able to get 1 out of 2.
Brother has a big game tomorrow, defensive lineman for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Wayne High School, really good school, really good program. Just outside of Dayton.
So Dayton basketball, and they're down by 7. Davis to inbound, and gets it to Crutcher, who took that elbow to the face from Reynolds. Davis gets inside, high off the glass, loose ball. James comes away with it, and now Bieniemy. Well, they get the foul on Cohill. And that is his second. So 1:04 to go, and it's Oklahoma by 7. And now they're going to have to hit their free throws.
Jamoni McNeese has played a fantastic game. If you're a coach out there and you want to teach your big guys how to be in help, get this film and watch McNeese. There has not been a possession yet in this second half or in the last 10 minutes of the second half where he hasn't been in the right spot. Whether it's out on the perimeter. Ooh, that's off. That's a defensive foul.
That one fired by Davis. Too strong. Landers the putback. 5-point game. Landers has a dozen. Doolittle. Oh, my goodness. Well, they were fortunate that there was no turnover in that spot. Now Reynolds pushing ahead, and they foul Miles Reynolds. Tell you, the Sooners a little lucky. Doolittle seemed panicked a bit, was intent on getting it to James, and put him in a tough spot, and he had to save it, and he saved it towards the Oklahoma basket.
That could have been a catastrophe.
Yeah.
Wrong guy gets it. Usually wrong guy gets it in that situation. It's an and one from under the bucket.
Oklahoma was flummoxed for a second.
I know the feeling.
Reynolds has been great from the line here today. He's got a dozen points, 8 of 9 from the stripe.
You know what you're thinking as a coach, 7-point lead if he makes 6 points. Ron Kruger, I guarantee in his career has lost this kind of lead. All you're thinking is, can we just get one rebound? One rebound. Just one. Now, if you're Dayton on this, you got to make a 3 eventually, but if you can get a bucket here, you just keep the thing going. And that's kind of your goal. Oops.
Oh, I think that one went off of Landers out of bounds. It was deflected.
They're going to look at it, Anthony Grant.
Very quiet. Somebody lost a shoe. Yep, there was Jordan Davis. Reynolds gets fouled. He'll go to the line.
Who you like, Boot? Who's going to win the next game? What do you think's going to happen instead of who's going to? High scoring, low scoring? A lot of people.
Oh, I think it'll be low scoring. I think it'll be low scoring. I think that there can be some droughts in that game. And I think Wisconsin's going to win.
I think it's going to be interesting how many guys hit the deck. These two teams coming up play hard. They take charges. They get into you defensively. They get in the help side.
Well, I think there's the Brad Davison category of hitting the deck and then everybody else, right? From the corner, Crutcher can't hit. Reynolds with the rebound. He's fouled again. Miles Reynolds has been big here today. He's been steady handling the basketball, but even more so, he's knocked down 11 of 12 free throws, and the 11 have been consecutive. He missed his first, and now he has made 11 straight.
Fifth-year senior, kind of why you bring him here, right? I mean, you don't mind a guard as a fifth-year guy having the ball. He's been through some stuff. Good win for Lon Kruger. I'm looking forward to seeing Dayton. I think Dayton's going to be really good in their league. I just think they're tough. They do seem to be connected. They're over all that first-year stuff with the head coach, and I think they're going to have a nice year, really nice year.
13 straight free throws made by Reynolds. James with the board, and that'll do it. Christian James with 21. And Oklahoma with a 65-54 win over Dayton.